So core is English and social studies. So I use a lot of stuff for this one, but I'm really going to go deep into the computer and all the technology that I use with that. So I use a computer with JAWS. JAWS is, I think, the best way to describe it is it reads the screen pretty well. It's pretty eloquent. I use it for writing essays. So one thing I found with the Braille note is it doesn't look as good as a computer. I don't really know how to indent as well with the Braille note, and whenever I try, the teacher says like there's too many spaces and stuff like that. So I just like hitting tab. I download books from Bookshare. I'm gonna get into that later, but I'm gonna demo that later. But it's really helpful because there's been times where you just need the book right there, and it's really easy. So that's really helpful. And then I email on the computer as well. I use Outlook. I like Outlook because I know it better than just going to gmail.com. I haven't really used that way, but I also like Outlook because it's a Microsoft Word program, and that I'm used to Microsoft Word, so it helps a lot. And then I'm going to get into how I learned to type. So there's a few programs that I like to use. I started to learn to type when I was in first grade. So for the computer, typeability is awesome, but it only works with JAWS. So if you don't have JAWS, you're kind of in trouble. But I always like to tease it, and I always like to press the wrong button, so to say like hold your horses, Jiminy Cricket, stuff like that. But it's fun because it had jokes at the very end, and it's really easy to navigate. Talking Typer, that's also really good as well. It's pretty basic. The only thing I didn't like about it is it just makes a noise when you get it wrong, not like it doesn't tell you what you did wrong. So I'd be kind of frustrated, and that was kind of hard. But other than that, it's really fun. There's other games that you can play with it, hurry scurry, stuff like that. And I also type in Word documents. One thing that's fine in Word documents is also that you're not only learning how to type, you're learning all the different functions of the computer, like how to save documents. You also learn where the tab is, where the Alt F4 keys are, because that's also really big with JAWS for exit. And I think I'm going to give it to Miss Jeannie to elaborate.
So one thing I understand and I hear a lot from teachers is, okay, all this is great, but how do I have the time to teach all of this, right? A lot of our students that are Braille note users, Taylor used to say this, it's easier to use the Braille note if that's what you're comfortable with. It's quick, it's portable, you turn it on and you're there. You don't have to boot up the computer and all of the timing. So what I try as far as a strategy is, how am I going to fit all this in? We started with maybe one assignment that they do daily. Maybe it's vocabulary that they do daily. And okay, this is what you're going to do on the computer. So that way, every day she's using the computer and she's using the Braille note. Because, like I said, we need to be teaching all of these things. The Braille note's great, but that's not all your students should be using. They should be using the computer. So timing is hard. We all have a million things to teach, but I found if you designate one assignment every day, and then gradually increase that, that way the student every day they're getting their hands on the computer and learning it as they go.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What happens